join other members except the Honorable Navulindo, who I had opposed this report in supporting this report. But maybe if I may begin by informing the Honorable Navulindo, and I am sure there are also other members from MUMIAS, the larger MUMIAS area in Western Kenya, who are asking the question of MUMIAS Sugar Company. And indeed, they have a very good point in that MUMIAS also needs to be rescued. But he knows that MUMIAS is 20% owned by the public or by government and 80% private, by private investors. But I want to assure him that there are also measures to ensure that MUMIAS is also rescued from the abyss that has bedeviled the sugar sector. And that, Honorable Navulindo, will ensure that even the people of the greater MUMIAS area benefit from the sugar sector reforms to ensure that money gets back to the people's pockets in MUMIAS and other areas in the sugar belt. Honorable Speaker, part of the proposals in this memorandum by the National Treasury is the write-off of debts and taxes owed to GOK or to the government of Kenya, and penalties also owed to KRA by the sugar companies. And indeed, I want to support this measure that even as we seek to commercialize and privatize them, there is no private investor who will want to put their money in a company or a state entity that is bedeviled with a lot of liabilities, including tax liabilities, Honorable Speaker. And indeed, I support that measure to write off the debts that were owed to the government of Kenya, to make them more attractive to investors who bring in their private capital, private expertise, and make the sugar companies more efficient, and therefore end up guaranteeing farmers more money getting into their pockets. Honorable Speaker, I've also had concerns on the period of time, and I think it's the Honorable Makali who raised the issue of the period of 30 years. But Honorable Speaker, it's also good to appreciate that if you are to lease land and assets for a private investor to be able to have a bankable proposal, then the period of time of the lease, of time when the investor will be able to recoup their investment, their capital investment, be able also to make a profit out of the investment. And therefore, I want to encourage even those who have that concern to appreciate that we are bringing in private capital. And even you as a private investor, you will not want to get into a lease agreement where you have 5 years. Even people who are leasing land today to develop petrol stations and all that, nobody is going for a lease for 5 years. You are looking for 20, 25 years. And therefore, I want to encourage those members who have that concern that indeed all those issues are issues that the National Treasury has looked into. Finally, Honorable Speaker, MUMIAS, Honorable Speaker, and I've heard even the Honorable Selassie has now considered that truly mambo ni matatu. That even the cartels that had taken over MUMIAS Sugar, Honorable Speaker, because they enjoyed the protection of state protection because of state capture, Honorable Speaker, we must today tell them loudly enough that that protection is gone and it shall never come back. And therefore, they must now socialize themselves to the mambo ni matatu gospel. And that they must get used to it. And that includes also their sponsors, Honorable Speaker. Because if they were facilitated through state capture, they had people who had access to political power who protected them, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, even as the Honorable Navulindo speaks about MUMIAS, and I know the Wanga people are very keen on MUMIAS because they surround that area of MUMIAS. And I know his party leader, because he's a member of the ODM, also owes MUMIAS Sugar Company close to above 300 million shillings. I want to ask the Honorable Navulindo to ask the party leader of ODM to now pay up the money he owes to MUMIAS Sugar Company, yes, so that MUMIAS Sugar Company also benefits from this commercialization, Honorable Speaker. Yes, because we cannot have a situation where
majority. There's a point of order from Wandai.
Mr. Speaker, I think we are doing so well up to the point where Honorable Ichungwa has started to digress in a very, very fundamental way. Mr. Speaker, it is not right within our standing orders for Honorable Ichungwa to allege or to claim that the leader of ODM, and there's only one leader of ODM, there is only one leader of ODM, that the leader of ODM owes Mumias Sugar Company 300 billion shillings. Why would that be an allegation allowed to happen on the floor of this house? You all know. So can he table evidence that the leader of ODM owes Mumias Company that kind of money, or withdraw and apologize? Because otherwise that would be scandalizing in the name of somebody who cannot defend themselves on the floor of this house. Mr. Speaker, I plead with you.
Ichungwa.
The leader.
Honorable Speaker.
Your time is up.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I was saying, it is only right that if you are writing off debts owed to the public, owed by these sugar companies to KRA, and that is public money, even individuals and private companies that owe the sugar companies should and must pay up. Honorable Speaker, on the question of the leader of ODM, it is in public domain, including documents tabled in this house previously, including audit reports that the leader of ODM owes Mumias. Na mambo ni matatu, he has to pay. And either pay or pay.
Order. I'll indulge the Honorable Nyamita 1 minute from the Sony zone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to